All rise for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming this morning. This is our first town council meeting. At this point, we now need to appoint a chairperson and a vice chairperson. So at this point, we'll take anybody looking forward to appoint somebody as the chairperson of the town council.
I nominate Christopher Anaskovich to be.
Dennis, can you raise your hand when you're going to speak?
I have to raise my hand. When am I in school? Okay, I raise my hand. I nominate Christopher Anaskovich for the position of chairperson of the town council of Clinton.
Second.
Any other individuals that like to present themselves?
I would like to make a recommendation.
Okay.
I would like to nominate Christine Goupil for the position of chairperson, and I want to give some reasons why. Number one, I think Christine is the most qualified. She has developed the contacts over the last 2 years that has helped with the development at the Old Morgan School, the Unilever property, and the train station. She has been adept at getting grants for this town. Same with fiscal responsibility in reducing our debt by $700,000. She got thrust into the emergency repairs at the new Morgan School, and as a result of her communication and doing the job correctly, she had begun to receive money back from the cost of those repairs that we had to pay in the tune of about $500,000. And finally, I think as a result of her experience over the last couple of years, that she would be most qualified to help the new town manager get acclimated to our town as quickly as possible. So therefore, I nominate Christine Goupil.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Anyone else? Everybody good with a show of hands?
Do we have discussion?
Any other discussion?
As part of the discussion, I would like to support Chris Anaskovich due to the fact that he received an overwhelming vote in the popular opinion of the town. Chris has a lengthy experience with town committees and commissions. He's worked, been employed, well anyway, I think Chris, due to the fact that he has overwhelming public support, would be a very good candidate for council chair.
Any other discussion? So everybody good with a show of hands? So all in favor of Chris Anaskovich for chairperson?
That's four?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're good. We have to vote for Christine now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all in favor of Christine? And at this point, actually, I'd just like to make a quick statement. Obviously, thank you for this appointment. I'm not making this political, so, I'm not here to sit here and say it's going to be us against them at this table. There's been enough of that over the past however many years. So I'm looking forward to just kind of everybody working together at this table and putting the town of Clinton first and making sure that our decisions are based upon the best interests of the town of Clinton and not the best interest of any party. Party politics in a small town obviously is going to cause a lot of friction. Town of 13,000 people, where 3,400 came out and voted. Obviously, you know, we want to make sure that the voices of the people are heard and that we're not putting our politics in front of anything else. Unfortunately, it happens and we have to deal with it, but as far as I'm concerned, as chairperson, the politics are out of this. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that at this table. Next on to vice chairperson. So do we have anybody, any nominees for the vice chairperson?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Christine Goupil for the very same reasons that I previously mentioned.
Any other nominations? Oh, I'm sorry, a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
I'd like to nominate Carol Walter for the vice chair.
Second that motion.
Any others? Any discussion? Okay, at this point, we'll do a show of hands again. All in favor of Christine for vice chair, please raise your hand. Okay, all in favor of Carol Walter for vice chair? Carol Walter then will be appointed the vice chair.
I just want to take a second because in light of the fact that we are now a 7-person council, and I know discussions can get heated or carried away at some point or another, I would like to give that to Chris Aniskowicz to assist in leading a meeting with 7 very dynamic personalities here. So,
Okay,
as the first town council, you get the first gavel.
thanks. All right, at this point, we'll go to agenda item number 3 and set the meeting schedule. So per the charter, we have to have 2 meetings, one in the morning and one in the evening. At this point, my recommendation would be to schedule more meetings for at least the first maybe 60 or 90 days, and then we can cancel those meetings if we don't need to have them. But based upon what we're going to be going through with the town manager search and everything else, I think it's important for us to get together more than twice a week. So anybody who has any other
Chris, do you
suggestions?
want to set them up as special meetings and have a regular meeting every twice a month and then special meetings from now until whenever?
Yeah, I mean,
We
whatever's,
could do it that way too.
if that's
Yeah.
easier.
That's probably the best way to do it. Do
Because
your
you're
regular
establishing
time.
for the year, I assume, right? The meeting
Yeah,
schedule
the schedule will be
year.
for the year.
Yes.
And then we could just set this for, I mean, for whatever period of time.
Once you set the schedule, though, it's
Yeah,
gonna
so if
be
we do it
a
as a
special
special,
meeting.
right.
So we set the schedule twice a month for
And then
the year.
specials.
And
Then
then
if
we'll
you
have
want-
special
Okay.
meetings.
Yes, you can do
Right.
that,
Okay.
yeah.
And now, what days of the week would be good for people?
It's been Wednesday for a number of years.
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, I think Wednesday evenings would.
Wednesdays evenings are good?
And I think we draw in some people from the community if we set them at night, no?
And then what about the morning meeting?
I mean, thankfully, we have quite a few people here today, I think, and do, because it's our first meeting.
Does anybody have a
Generally
preference
speaking-
on the day of the week for the morning meeting, or no?
Well,
Do it Wednesdays, morning and
I
night?
think we should stay with Wednesday
Okay.
just because habit would incline people to know when the meeting is.
Okay. So we'll set that
But,
then?
but Mr. Chair, I was stating, I think, can we move most of our meetings to the evening? I think we would draw in more of the community if we did
We have
so.
to have one in
You
the
have to
morning.
have one every
Per
month.
the charter.
In the evening and one in the morning. My suggestion is, right now, you're starting off real good, because this is what, the 3rd Wednesday? So the 3rd Wednesday of every month, we met in the morning, and then the 1st Wednesday of every month, we met in the evening.
No.
That would be a consistent.
No, Dennis, it
Why?
was always the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays were morning, and the 2nd and 4th Wednesday were evening. The first Wednesday of the month is always a morning meeting, and it's easy to remember.
First morning,
Mhm.
3rd Wednesday evening. Is that what you're proposing?
That's the way it's always been, 1st and
I
3rd were
understand.
morning, and 2nd and 4th were
We could go that route, that's
Well,
fine.
I'm just thinking, if we keep the first
Sure.
Wednesday of the month
Sure.
as the morning,
I have no qualms, morning or evening.
Okay, so just a correction too. So we have to have one meeting in the evening
That's
a
correct.
month.
That's correct.
So
You know, the morning's required, I'm trying
No.
to find that.
just the one
Two
meeting
meetings.
held during evening hours.
2 meetings are
But does it ever specify that we need a
So it
morning
doesn't
meeting?
specify a morning. Everybody good with a Wednesday evening meeting?
Right.
So just to clarify, the third Wednesday will be evening, the first Wednesday will be in morning. Is that correct?
It's up to everybody here. If you want to just do evening,
Sounds
you want
good
to
to
do
me.
morning.
So we're going with just to set scheduling. just
Scheduling
two
too.
meetings a month.
Correct.
That's for the year, and then you can always add special.
All right, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Good, okay. So this Wednesday evening. Okay.
The first Wednesday is
Morning.
morning.
Next, we're going to move on to the appointments, requests to the boards and commissions. So obviously, everybody has the agenda, they can see what's on here. I think the one that we kind of, I mean, we could do it all as one appointment, we can do it as, we can break them out. I think we just should have a conversation on the town search committee reappointment. Obviously, my recommendation would be to reappoint them. They've been involved in the process of the town manager search since the beginning, and obviously, they would have some input that would be relative to our search going forward.
I would make.
Discussion?
I would make that motion. They've done an incredible amount of work at this point, and to try to insert anybody else in the process would be debilitating to the end goal.
Yep. Okay.
I would agree with that, but I also think there should be a termination point. I mean, whether it's contingent on the selection of that candidate or once the candidate is put in office. We should define when
Yep.
their task is finished a bit, I would think.
At the hiring of the new
We
town
might want to
manager?
ask Phil Sangle for his input.
I mean, you could pick 90 days or something like that, or yes, you could say when the permanent town manager is employed, is hired,
Probably contract signed.
contract signed or
that's a
something
good
like
idea.
that.
Okay.
You know, our role after December 2nd and 3rd will diminish, but if you
Right.
need anything to be done, we'll be around. SGR will be available to help with the employment agreement, samples, advice, that sort of thing. And they'll also be available for other services you may want. Some are at extra cost, whatever, but that's up to you.
But does all that come before the contract is signed?
Most of it.
All right, so
So do
that
the
sounds
contract.
like a
Yeah,
good
no, I don't see us
termination.
having anything
Right.
to do with the employment agreement. That's
Right.
their-
Right. No, I'm just looking.
But I mean, should something happen
Right.
during that
Right.
process and that person can't come to an agreement and you guys are still need to be involved?
Exactly.
Yep.
I just think SGR will be instrumental in drafting the employment agreement, having done that in the past. So I would amend my motion to include that termination date with those caveats.
Second?
And the amended motion.
Okay, so the motion then is to extend the town manager search committee reappointment to the date of the signing of a contract. Good? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Okay, all good. So the other ones, are we good as doing this as one motion, or do you want to break them out individually?
We can do them.
Is there any
as one.
discussion on any of the appointments?
I think we can do them as one.
I mean, I think we can. Everybody's good with that? So, look for a motion to appoint the appointments as requested to the boards and commissions.
Are you making that motion?
No, we need a motion. We need a motion for that.
I'll make that motion to name the people listed on this appointment request.
Second?
I'll second it.
No, okay.
Someone gonna read that name?
Yep, I'll
off
read
for
it.
the
Yes,
public?
please.
Yeah. So it's Tom Hollinger, Republican for the Board Assessment of Appeals, alternate seat until November 2021. Walter Bo Clark, Republican, Planning and Zoning until November 2021. Mike Newton, Republican, Planning and Zoning until November 2021. Dennis Ermshire, Republican, Zoning Board of Appeals, November 2021. Dylan Walter, Republican, Zoning Board of Appeals, alternate seat, November 2021. Laura Jaffe, Democrat, Zoning Board of Appeals, alternate seat until 2021. Rob Acamparo, Democrat, Economic Development Commission, alternate seat until 6/30/23. And Jerry Weiss, Democrat, Human Services until 6/30/20. So all in favor of those appointments?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay. Next on the item is an executive session to discuss the interim town manager and treasurer position. So we need a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make that motion and to invite Mary Scatino to attend.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay. So now we're going to address item number 6, which would be the interim town manager and treasurer appointment. So at this time, I will look for an appointment for the interim town manager and treasurer.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay?
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Pete Neff as the interim town manager for a term of not to exceed 180 days. And
Todd?
would welcome the opportunity to bring him back.
And then, okay. A second on that?
Second on that motion.
Okay. Any discussion? No? All in favor of the appointment of Pete Neff to the interim town manager?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Abstained. Carries. Welcome, Peter.
Welcome, Pete.
Would you like to say anything? No. Good.
Condolences.
Yeah, up to, don't worry.
Up to. Up to.
Not to exceed, at
All
this
right.
point.
And now,
We
next,
won't interfere with your main.
next on the agenda would be the treasurer appointment. Do I have any motion for an appointment?
Nominate Todd Podesky.
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. Passes. Okay. Todd is the current, obviously, treasurer of town, so it's just basically a reappointment for him. So at this point, I think we're good. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
List. Second? No?
Second.
Cool. You almost wanted to stay. Thank you again to everybody.
Yeah.
No, no, no.